All right, top of the morning to you. If it is morning when you're watching this, another beautiful episode of
Eric and Sawana's.
Oh, you said my name first. That was nice of you. Thanks.
I thought so.
We have a Anthem legend, working on being a legend, coming a legend. How would we? We're gonna get you a legend award someday. Joe Alvarez.
Living
Joe,
legend.
living legend. That's my. I have.
I know.
Oh, I know. I'm a living legacy. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever. We're working on it.
All right.
All right, Joe.
Well, you know that I've always said that one day I'd like to be like 10% of what Eric Killstrom is in Anthem. And
oh, so hold on. Let me get my wallet out. Let me pay you for that.
I'm still working hard at it.
Thank you. We all are. I'm trying to be like that. Anyways, Sawana really sees like we got to get Joe's backstory out of Joe. Why is he such a great guy? Like, how did he end up being such a good guy and hanging out with all the people that he does? That's not. I'm just kidding. Your guys are great. How did you end up in Anthem, Arizona, Joe?
So it was business. So at the time I was working with Boston Market, and I was based out of Florida, and I ran the East Coast. And they asked me to take Texas. So I said, okay, I'll take Texas, small flight. And then they said, you know what, we need you to pick up Arizona too. So I was for about a year, I commuted into and out of Arizona every other week. And then they said, well, no, we want you to take the entire West Coast. I said, well, I'm not commuting to California. It's just too much. So I said, you got to move me. And they said, all right, well, we'll move you to California. I said, well, I'm not moving to California. There's two options. I'm not going to. I'm not going to Colorado, and I'm not going to California. So Phoenix is what it is. So that's how it got me here back in, I don't know, it's been 10 or 12 years already, I guess. Wow, it has been. So, yeah, we moved. And Anthem was by luck because we had looked at, my wife wanted to move into North Phoenix up in the Greyhawk area. I wanted Ahwatukee because of the school district. But this realtor that we landed on kept saying, you really ought to try Anthem. I said, Anthem's so far. I got to go to the airport every week. And she says, oh, trust me, it's a quick 35 minutes out of Anthem, be fine. So she kept pushing us to Anthem. So we went to visit a home in Anthem. At the time we were looking to rent, and because we didn't know yet what the company was going to do or whatever. And she showed us this house. We actually looked at a house in Troon, but we didn't get that. And so we looked at the house in Anthem, and my wife said, I really love this house. Make sure you get this house. So here's what I found out. Here's what I found out. The realtor, that was her house. She was leasing. So that's the reason she was pushing me up to Anthem. So we actually rented it from a realtor, and that's how we moved to Anthem. Fell in love with the schools. The school was Diamond Canyon's a fantastic school. Made my daughters really feel comfortable. They were in, the two oldest were in 7th and 8th, and the youngest, I guess, 5th. So, yeah, they all went to Diamond Canyon at once. Interesting. So, yeah.
I remember Don Whitman introduced it. I remember everything. How did you meet Don?
Well, you know how you meet your friends when you go in a new community. Because we knew nobody.
Right.
And Julie obviously works out a lot. And my wife was a runner at the time, and she worked out a lot. So our neighbor, the guy with, it's a baseball player. Let me think of his name. His dad was Latchman. You know,
Brett Latchman? Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So Brett was our next door neighbor, talked to Jen, and says, oh, you need to meet this person, Julie Whitman. And so they met, and so Jen goes, all right, we're going to go out on a couple's date, and you're going to meet my friend, and her husband's Don, and you better not act like an idiot because I really like her as a friend, and we need friends. So, as Don was getting in the car, he slapped a Cardinals magnet on my car. So, and there it was. And then Don and I became good friends. That's I would say my best friend at Anthem, and we grew from there.
Yeah. So you go in Anthem, life evolves and changes work-wise.
Yep.
Tell us about how that evolved, because you are known for By the Bucket, Mr. By the Bucket.
Yeah,
we love By the Bucket.
So I left Boston Market. It was not a good situation, and looking for something. And I latched on as a consultant with a new owner who had just bought By the Bucket. They had a location in Anthem. I visited his location in Scottsdale, and we walked through it. And he said, "What do you think? I really need to grow sales." I said, all right, well, I've got some ideas. I gave him one idea. He said, what else you see? I said, well, yeah, my ideas aren't free, partner. I gave you one, so we can talk about a contract. So he said, all right. So I signed a consultant contract. I told him, you understand, as a consultant, I'll be working on different concepts, but, So about a month, he tasked me the project of launching salads at By the Bucket. So he goes, I want to compete direct with, what's that place? Salad and Go. Salad and Go. So Salad and Go. I said, all right, so I'll work on it. So I went and I bought one of every single salad at Salad and Go. Took them home, dissected them, saw what's in there, measured all the items and all that, and found out that you're really not getting chicken when they tell you that you're getting chicken.
Getting gizzards and feet.
Yeah, no, but it was very little chicken.
1 ounce.
Very little chicken. So I developed, we had a show. He had hired another consultant that was working on sauces. So he said, all right, we have a big showing. And I presented my 7 or 8 salads, I think. He presented like 8 different sauces. The sauces didn't go over too well, but he fell in love with my salads. So I said, well, we need to pare them down to about 4 or 5. He goes, no, I want them all. I want them all. And then that afternoon, he called me to the side. He goes, all right, forget this consulting. I don't want you consulting for anybody else. So I want to hire you. So that's how I came full board with By the Bucket. So I'm still president of catering and third party off premise.
All in on By the Bucket. What's your favorite thing about By the Bucket, Sawana?
Well, Maverick is all about their spaghetti. He's a big fan of the spaghetti. I like the vodka sauce. The vodka sauce is spectacular.
It's a secret. It's not vodka. So there's no vodka in our sauce. We call it a pink sauce. So it's our own proprietary recipe. A woman in Phoenix makes it for us, and it's called By the Bucket pink sauce.
Do you guys even know what's in it?
I know what's in it, yeah, but I couldn't make it if you told me. So.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
How that happens. Same with my other favorite restaurant. They have black beans, and no one knows how to make these certain black beans, and they won't tell anybody.
So I landed in Phoenix, and landed at By the Buckets where I'm in today. I do some other things on the side. I'm always looking to do things, and I do a lot of philanthropy. So
philanthropy. You do a huge, you don't just dabble in.
Yeah.
I think you do it full time, and then you do By the Bucket every once in a while.
Well, that's what my wife says.
Yeah.
Well, she's right.
Because she's working at the restaurant. She says, is there anything you don't do that's for charity? I said, yeah, it's everything. I take care of the household, sweetheart. But I said, no. Yeah. So I do a lot of things. It's in the world, you're one of 3 people. You're either a doer, a donor, or a door opener, right? Mm-hmm. And I can't be a big donor because I have 3 girls that are going to get married here soon. Yeah. And it's not like I'm a very wealthy man, so I do things and I open doors for people. So I serve on, I think I'm down to 4 boards now.
What boards are you on now?
I'm down to 4 boards. Yeah, I got rid of 2 of them, so I'm board of directors for 4 different organizations: MTA, Musical Theater of Anthem. Prostate On-Site Project, obviously Rotary, and then my newest one is I'm going to help a buddy, Ron Walters, with the new soccer club that's coming to Anthem.
Oh, yeah?
North Valley Football Club.
Very cool.
It's youth football.
But it's soccer.
Soccer.
Football.
Yeah,
Football.
F-O-T-ball.
F-U-T-B-O-L, but it's soccer.
Is he a English guy or what?
No. You know Ron, Double D Painting.
Oh, yeah.
You know Ron Walters.
Yeah.
He's going to start soccer and painting.
Yeah, soccer and painting.
They go together very well.
They do.
Yeah, They do.
It makes sense.
So are you going to play soccer or just going to help him?
No. 2 of my daughters played soccer a lot. So most of the reasons when I have to be connected with the nonprofit or the people I work with, right? So, with Rotary, obviously, but well connected there. But, with the Prostate On-Site Foundation, I care a whole lot about that. I think it's a very important mission that we do free screenings for men, because prostate cancer is one of those cancers that if you catch it early enough in life, it's very curable. So, active screening is very, very important. We just had a screening in Anthem. Well, a couple Saturdays ago, we screened 35 men for free, and out of those 35, there is one high number. So that means that individual, I don't know who it is, obviously, will be called by the doctor, and hopefully we'll be able to catch it early enough to save that person's life. So it's happened to me a couple times where a person went to a free screening because I gave them a certificate for a free screening, and they called me 6 months later and said, Joe, you saved my life. So what are you talking about? He goes, dude, I went to that free screening, and I had prostate cancer. Jeez. And we caught it early enough, and I'm here today. So it's kind of chilling.
It is very chilling. How did you get involved with the prostate?
You know, it was one of those things where I like to dabble in golf. I don't play well. I just swing the club. And I got invited to Jerry Colangelo's golf tournament. And they asked me to be on the board, which I did. And so now I run Jerry's golf tournament every year. I've run it for the last 10 years. So
yeah, it's a Whirlwind this year?
Yeah, this year it's at Whirlwind, yeah.
Yeah, it's usually
we're moving from the Biltmore to the Whirlwind, yeah. Nice course.
It's a great place, yes.
A little change, it's good. So.
And you have the Rotary Golf Tournament coming up.
Oh, the big one.
That's the big one. That's what we really want to talk about. Yeah. That's really why we have you.
May 16th. It's unfortunately for golfers, it's sold out. It's sold out within 48 hours.
Yeah.
But we still have sponsorships available, whole sponsors, a way for you to engage and an opportunity to donate. So it'll probably raise, we're thinking anywhere from $70,000 to $80,000 a year. So that's what we do. We do 2 golf tournaments a year with Rotary. That raises us about $180,000, and now that money goes straight into the community. So
yeah, it's great. Everything Rotary does
is amazing.
Goes back to the community.
Yeah. But I guess, you know, if you had to say, where did I get my feeling for doing charity work? Well, when I was a kid, we were back in Gary, Indiana, Michael Jackson's.
I was going to say, did you live next to the Jacksons?
Yeah, not close, but Jackson Street isn't far, you know, we were what I would call a working class family. My dad worked shift work at U.S. Steel. My mom didn't work because she decided it was more important to raise. We had 3. You know, I have a brother and a sister. And so we lived off my steel worker's salary, but my dad and my mom, and we always figured out how to do things within the community. And the important thing to me is especially when I deal with soccer or musical theater, I don't ever want a kid not to be able to do something because of financial reasons, right? There's enough money in this world to take care of everybody. And so, for example, with MTA, when I agreed to serve on the board, first thing I asked was, have you ever turned a kid away from performing because they couldn't afford the tuition for the show? They said, no, we have scholarships for that. I said, okay, then I'll help you. I'll help you raise money for that scholarship fund. So same thing with soccer. And, you know, 2 of my daughters played soccer. And when we first started, my oldest played for Scottsdale Blackhawks. And so there was a young girl on the team, club team, that, you know, traveling costs money. I mean, you got to San Diego, L.A., Vegas. So there was, you know, a couple times where we knew that the girl wasn't going to be able to participate because a single mom just couldn't afford that kind of stuff. So me and a couple other dads, you know, quietly just said, no, they're going to play. She's going to play, and we're going to take care of it. So that's what I do. My dad was, like I said, I still remember the story. I think I shared it with you, didn't I?
I think.
Shared a story when I was in 6th grade. I went to Catholic school, and that's another thing. We're a working class family. My dad figured out how to pay for private school, Catholic school, all my through grade school and high school, and played for Holy Family Church School. And we got new uniforms one year. They were maroon, cool maroon uniforms, right? So and back then, Chuck Taylor's Converse had this new maroon color high top Chuck Taylors, right? So, man, I wanted a pair because my buddy Kevin Tomaszewski got a pair. I said, Dad, I want a pair, so I matched the uniform. So we went to JCPenney's. I still remember the story like it was today. And we looked at them. They were neat. They were $6.99. And my dad told me, son, we just can't afford that right now. We're going to see what we can do about it, right? So I understood. I mean, I was old enough to understand things. And sure, Dad, no problem. I got other shoes I can wear. And my dad would work shift work, so I remember at first game, got our new uniforms on. My dad had worked a day shift, and he walks into from work. You can tell he's still in his uniform with a bag in his hand. It was those Chuck Taylor high tops, man. When I knew that probably wasn't the smart thing to do, but you know what? He got them for me. So I said to myself, 2 things. I said that day. Number one, my dad will always have whatever he needs, and my parents will always have whatever they need as long as I can do it for the rest of their lives, right? And the number two is he had that same feeling of kids should be able to be kids and not be judged by what kind of shoes they wear or things that you can't afford. So that really, and I was blessed. I have 3 wonderful daughters. You probably agree with me. I way outkicked my coverage on my spouse. She's way
awesome.
above my.
Yes, we agree. Right. Right.
100%.
Yeah. 1,000%.
We love you, Jen.
So, and Jen and the girls have, always been very good. And, that's how we raise a family, right? Yeah. Jen didn't work for most of, for all the kids when they were young. And now she's at the bucket. So she owns the bucket.
She's the bucket.
Sometimes she says, I think I'm walking out. I'm not working here anymore. I say, you can't, Jen. You're the owner.
I am submitting my resignation.
Get back in the kitchen.
Yeah. You can't. You're the owner. So you have a wonderful life, and Anthem's been great to us.
Can you imagine if everybody in Anthem had Joe's heart?
Exactly.
I'd
How
move
much
back.
would we get done?
Well, but you know what?
gosh.
I tell you what, Anthem, I've always said it, Anthem is a special place. And when you awarded me the Volunteer of the Year at the Chamber that year, I think I made some comments. I said, look, Anthem's a special place, man. It's like no other community. I've lived in a lot of them. People care. It doesn't make a difference what Rotary does or what charity asks for something. The community is there. So there's a lot of people in Anthem that really care and really give. So it's just about how to get it from. And I've been fortunate enough to been able to lead some projects that has raised a lot of money for great causes.
What's your favorite Rotary projects?
So everyone in Rotary, they ask you, what's your Rotary moment, right? That you'll always have a Rotary moment that you remember for all your life. And my Rotary moment, the day that I felt most proud of, was the aftermath of the Andrew C. Diamond's shooting, where the jeweler was shot, and money had to be raised. We had to make sure we took care of the victims. It's funny because I knew of Roger, and I had not connected that he was married to Kathy, who we see every Friday because she works at the Civic Building. Yeah. And we met as Rotary, and we said, let's donate $2,500 to the GoFundMe page. And I said, no, let's do something different. Let's try to double that money. Let's do a project. And they asked me, what do you want to do? And I don't know why it came into my mind. I said, let's do a car wash. Mm-hmm. They said, have you ever done a car wash? I said, I've never done a car wash. And Bill Black, I remember, Bill Black was the one that seconded the motion and said, let's do it. And so Bill Black, as he always was, drew a little schematic of the parking lot, and we decided how many cars we thought we could wash in so many minutes. And we said, yeah, we could raise another $5,000. And the community outpouring for that event was unbelievable. Well, the media, number one, covered it very, very well. We were on the news for the entire week or 10 days before the event. They were all there the day of the event. And, when you have an event like that, the night before you sit down, you think, all right, what if nobody shows, right? And but that was not the case. I think every car in Anthem came through that car wash because we had lines at 7. We were supposed to be open at 8. And, at the end of the day, when we were able to count all the dollars and all the pennies, we raised $38,000 in 5 hours. So
it's insane.
That was an incredible. It goes to show you the community, right? Because they all came out for a very good cause. And, that's my Rotary moment. I don't know how I can top that.
Yeah. I
mean, how can you top that? And then my proudest moment as Rotary president was I was able to pin Roger as a new Rotarian. He's now a member of our Rotary Club. And, the guy is always out there volunteering. He'll do anything for Rotary because of, what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to check out at Rotary, how do they find you?
Well, they find us at anthemrotary.org. That's our website. But we meet every Friday morning at 7:30 at the Anthem Civic Building, and we always love to have guests. I think, weren't you a member of Rotary way back then?
I was never a member.
Never Rotary?
No, I'm waiting for my honorary Rotarian. So here, I'll tell you why. I had started We Care Anthem a year before, and then Sam Crump came and was like, hey, you got to become a Rotarian. I'm like, I already have a charity going, and I'm putting everything I got into this, but if it doesn't work out, I'll let you know. And We Care unfortunately worked out for many years.
We're
It's still doing it.
Still working out.
Yeah.
Still working out.
So
organization.
it's a bad thing and a great thing all at the same time.
So we're 73 members now. So it used to be a member when I first joined. It was probably 25. So it's grown exponentially. There's 70-some members. We do projects almost every week, and we probably, I think, the last time I checked, we raise over $250,000 a year, and it all goes right back in the community. Because any good charity is your bank account should be zero when you start the year, and it should be zero or close to zero at the end of the year. So you don't carry around these big bank accounts, right? So, and we do a pretty good job of doing that. We push the money out in the community. So,
and you have a lot of women members now.
Yes, we just got done with our second. We do a women's event every year.
Rise and Shine.
This one was Rise and Shine. It was to build motivation for young teens, which is fantastic. So it was very, very well attended. I was actually working at the bucket that day, and a little girl came in, and she was wearing the lanyard with the medal. I said, "Oh, you were at the event," and the mom said, "Oh, thank you very much for sponsoring and getting the salads to them." My daughter was so impressed with the salad and the whole event that she said, "Mommy, I want By the Bucket for dinner tonight." So I said, "What a great little young girl, very smart young girl." So they bought their dinner there that night.
Yeah, anybody moving to Anthem or coming to Anthem business-wise, anything, I tell them, join Rotary, join the Chamber.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
those are the
two
two
ways you're going
things.
to plug in that you'll move the needle if you get involved with both of those.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. And we have over 100 local businesses that'll support our golf tournament in some way or form. It's crazy. It's really incredible.
It's so fun. It's a great tournament.
It's such a fun day. Like as a sponsor, when you can put a booth out and hang out all day and watch the beginning of the day golfers are very different than the end of the day golfer.
Right.
So it's a different vibe.
Because they got Jello shots at her hole.
Yes, we always bring Jello shots.
Oh, I know. I've been there. My hardest decision is always: do I bring my wife and another couple, or do 3 buddies and partake of the Jello shots?
I think Lexi took one of my Jello shots.
Probably. But she's like,
you've had some great groups in golf tournaments.
For sure.
We won't go there.
No, we don't.
sure.
Yes, let's keep going.
There, but it was fun. It's fun.
Well, congratulations on everything, and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Joe.
And thanks for coming to our beautiful downtown studios in Anthem.
Fantastic. It's right next door to my office. So.
Yes, perfect. All right, well, go have a great week.
Thank you.
Can't wait for the golf tournament.
Yep, we'll
go
see you there.
Go kick this shit in the teeth, and we'll see you next time.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
I cussed.